Hey there guys, this is Mrs. Marquette, and this is just a little extra video for the day one of Factor Chapter. I wanted to talk about the quotient of powers property. Uh, if I look here in number one, you see that I've got x to the fifth over x squared, and we said that for something like this, we could take and subtract the powers since we have the same base and different exponents. So I could do x to the 5 minus 2 equals x to the third. There is one other way to think about the quotient of powers property, and that is the fact that x to the fifth means that I really have 5 x's on the top, all multiplied by each other. And then on the bottom, x squared means I have 2 x's on the bottom. So I'm going to kind of think of these guys like soldiers. I've got 5 guys on the top and I have 2 on the bottom. And if these guys go to battle, I want to know which of my, or if my numerator is going to win, quote unquote, or if my denominator is going to win. So this x goes to battle with this x, because x divided by x is 1, they go away. This x and this x go to battle, they go away as well. So I have 3 of my x's in the numerator, and I have none in the denominator, or I can say that I just have a 1 in the denominator. So my final answer is x cubed. So if I was to start that problem from the beginning, just think about it, I would have x to the fifth over x to the third. I can now just think in my head, like if I have 5 on the top and, oh, that was a 2 before, and 2 on the bottom, who's going to win, the top or the bottom? Well, the top has more, so the numerator is going to win. By how many? Well, by 2, or by 3. There will be 3 left over in the numerator. Looking at one where I have 4 y's in the numerator and 10 y's in the denominator, I think about it. If I'm going to go to battle, I have 4 on the top, 10 on the bottom, which is going to win? Well, the bottom has more, so I'm going to have my y's on the bottom. And by how many? Well, there's 6 more on the bottom, so I'm going to win by 6. And then there's no y's left on the top, so I can just put a 1 on the top. So this is another way to think, again, about the quotient of powers property if you don't want to think about like 4 minus 10 and then switching that with having a negative power in your exponent. This is another way to think about it. If you're using the quotient of powers property, this is one from your homework, from your practice problems. If you have a lot going on here, you can go to battle both with your x's and with your y's and really with your numbers as well. I'm gonna, since this is multiplying just means stick everything together, squish everything together. So I can say on the top I've got a 20, I have x to the 14th, and I have a y to the 10th. On the bottom I have a 2, I have x to the third, and then I have 1 more x. So total on the bottom I've got x to the 4th, and then y to the 6th. So if I'm going to go to battle for all of these, my 20 and my 2, just a normal fraction. 20 divided by 2 is 10, and I'll put a 1 on the bottom. That reduces. Then I have 14 x's on the top, 4 on the bottom. They go to battle. I have the numerator winning by 10. And my y's, I have 10 on the top, 6 on the bottom. My numerator has more, so that wins. And there are 4 more. So in the end, I have 10x to the 10th, y to the 4th over 1, which is just 10x to the 10th, y to the 4th. I will see you guys later.